Hello, hello. Welcome on into the pre-show for the free show. Did you notice how I didn't say howdy?
I did.
Howdy is more of a pickle thing
Uh-huh.
because she's, from Lano.
Yeah. And
Southern.
that would be country stolen valor.
Country. Yeah, I am not country. So I think hello,
No.
hello is more,
Hello,
suits me
hello.
better than
Yeah,
howdy.
I think that's fine. I think it's important, I think, you've worked with me, for me, around me for a while,
Mhm.
right? I think that you understand that my one ask of you and anybody that I work with is to know who you are, is to know yourself.
To be self-aware.
Yeah, to be self-aware. That's it. I think a lot of problems get solved as long as we're self-aware. So,
Agreed.
yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome into the pre-show before the free show. I'm Greg. That's Malpal.
Mhm.
Malpal is in for Ever.
No, not ever.
Kind of
Just
seems like
for
forever.
this week. Because our
yeah.
gal is,
So
she's on vacation.
This is an odd time of year because we just got done finishing the magazine, right?
Mhm.
And so it's extremely intense. A lot of a lot of long hours, basically kind of diving into the magazine as much as possible. But then once it ends, it is kind of like they open the gates to the zoo and they let us all run free, right?
Right.
Because like all of us go and do different things.
Mhm.
You've got a vacation next week.
Vacation. It's more of a conference for work.
Never mind.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not.
that's
It's not
right.
vacation.
You guys are going to New
New York
right?
City. Mhm.
Yeah.
Ish and I are. So
That'll be fun.
yeah, it's exciting.
Pickle's on vacation right now.
Mhm.
And will be until next Wednesday, which is when I start my vacation.
I actually didn't know that you were leaving next week.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Napa Valley with
That's okay. I did actually
with
know.
my
I did
wife.
know that.
It's the
Fun.
vacation we were going to do for our 10th
That never
anniversary
happened.
before everyone got COVID in my
Right.
house.
Right.
So
Oh,
we're
how
We're
exciting.
trying it again. It's our big landmark 11th anniversary.
Right.
So yeah, we're going to do that. That's
How
next
fun.
week starting Wednesday. So Pickle and I we did the show yesterday.
Mhm.
And then of course I was out last week. I was at camp. And
Yeah, we took over.
yeah, and you guys took over. So I was at camp for a week after magazine went out. And then I came back. I did one show with Pickle.
Yeah.
And now I will not see her again until the 19th.
Right. Your voice was pretty gone yesterday. I have
It
to
was-
say
it was struggling a little
strained.
bit.
It was strained a little bit, which means you had fun.
Yeah,
At camp?
yeah. So I guess for those who don't know, like, and maybe you've seen this yellow wristband that I wear. I went to a camp. It's Rotary Youth Leadership Award, RYLA. I went to Camp RYLA back in 2003, 20 years ago. And I've been kind of on and off volunteering with them. I've really become re-engaged with them starting about 7 years ago. And so once,
So this was like a childhood camp.
yeah, this
Oh,
is
okay, okay.
child. I mean, yeah, it's for students who are about to become seniors in high school.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So
cool.
it's for juniors. It's for rising seniors, I should say.
Gotcha.
And so I've been involved with the program for a while. It did a lot for me, and it's one of the things that I use to pay forward. It's something I'm really passionate about. And so yeah, so it's a week-long camp down. It's local, but it's for people, kids across North Texas. I should say students across North Texas. It's like a scholarship award that you get sponsored by your local Rotary Club. And like I said, it was really seismic for me, and so it's one of those things that I like to pay forward. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. It's very
you're there.
tiring. You're just you're not getting a ton of sleep, and you're always going. Like for example, I will just tell you that we have a 6 a.m. staff meeting every morning, and then we have calisthenics at 6:45 as a whole camp. So
Okay.
it's a whole thing.
Is it a week long, like Monday
It's a
through
week.
Friday?
The campers arrive on. I got there Saturday night. I'm supposed to get there Saturday morning, but I was like, hey, I just finished the magazine. I need to do some
Relax.
family things
Yeah.
before I get there. I got there.
Haven't seen your family in like a week.
Got there Saturday night. The campers arrive on Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
And then they are there until Friday afternoon. So it's a full-on week.
Wow.
But it's
Yeah,
and so
that's a lot.
It's intense and it's a lot, but it's like it's these are my favorite people.
Right.
know,
It's
present
totally
company
worth
excluded.
it. Of
But these are my
course.
favorite people. I love the staff. I love the energy there, and it's just it fills my cup. You know what I mean?
Well, and
So
it feels good knowing that you're giving back to
Absolutely.
a camp that gave so much to you as
For
well.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
How fun.
I get 10 times what I put into it. And
Yeah.
so it's really, really gratifying and something that's important to me. And so that's where I was last week. But it's one of those things that now are like the next time we're all going to be together, all of us, is probably in College Station.
I know, because
That's-
you'll be out that week before 7-on-7,
June 20
and then
I'm out. Yeah, I guess
we'll
that's
be together that
I
Monday,
guess it's
Tuesday.
next Wednesday through, and I'll be back that Monday, the 19th.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah, and
nuts.
then like we're leaving Wednesday for 7-on-7.
7-on-7.
And then it's just a little bit of time before it's coaching school, and then it's just a little bit of time before it's football season. So like,
Man, we put out
the
a
summer's
graphic. There's
basically
80 days
over.
now. I guess there's 79 days until the Texas high school football season. That just seems very quick to me. That does not seem
yeah,
correct, but
right. But this is our relative downtime. So if
It
you
is.
see a rotating cast of characters on our programming,
that's why.
that's why we're just all trying to squeeze in some vacations when we can.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that is all the news that's fit to print. Hit the theme expo. Pickle. Hit the arrow sign. Yes, y'all. From the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in beautiful Lewisville, Texas. It is Texas Football Today, a program on the internet. My name's Greg Tepper. I'm the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football magazine, TexasFootball.com, a corresponding website. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Whether you're watching us live, TexasFootball.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all of the places, or you listen to us on the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of your choice. Either way, thank you for doing your part. Support your local mediocre internet show. I'm sitting over there at the helm today, making us sound good. She is my mal pal. She's your mal pal. And I got to be honest, I think she's coming for that QB1 spot.
No.
She's our
No.
Chase Daniel. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come with a different
Okay.
backup quarterback every
single
show,
time.
every show.
Okay.
She's
I
our
like
Chase
that.
Daniel.
Okay.
She's Mallory Hartley.
Hello.
Hi, Mal pal.
Good to be here.
What shirt? Is that a Thunderbird shirt?
El Paso.
Coronado?
Mhm. El Paso Riverside, correct?
El Paso Coronado is the Thunderbirds.
Oh.
Is it a Thunderbird shirt or is it an Aztec shirt?
Aztec shirt.
That's El Paso El Dorado.
El Dorado. Okay.
El Paso Riverside is like the...
This is not good. There's too many.
El Paso Riverside is the... Yeah, they're the Rangers.
Okay.
That's not a
okay.
Ranger shirt.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's not. It's not.
That's either Aztec or
This is one of
Thunderbird.
my
I think it's
favorite
Thunderbirds. I think
Thunderbirds. It's one of my favorite shirts, though.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's dope.
Anyway, today is Tuesday, June 6th, 2020. 370 days until Thanksgiving. Happy birthday to... Do you have any friends who are having a birthday today that you want to shout out?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Then happy birthday to...
Not that I know of.
Oh, my gosh. Whose birthday? Oh, today is the birthday of Robert England. Do you know who Robert England is?
I don't.
He played Freddy Krueger in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay, now I do. Now
He's
I know
the
who
guy
that
who
is.
played
Scary.
that. So, yes, scary
Terrifying.
man. Happy birthday to him. Episode 1605?
Four.
Got it. On today's show, folks, it's Math Tuesday.
Matt Tuesday.
Thank
I'm sorry.
you.
I'm looking.
It's Math Tuesday. We will.
I'm new to this.
We unveiled a new cover yesterday, and we will talk a little bit about what that means in the grand history of Dave Campbell's Texas football. And does this mean TCU is cursed? We'll find out together in Math Tuesday. In the back half of the show, Matt Stepp caught up with the head coach of the 6A Division II state champion DeSoto Eagles, and although I think this came out after the interview, and on the ballot for the
Yes,
College
it did come out.
Football Hall of Fame.
After. It's awesome.
Coach Claude Mathis of DeSoto will join us coming up here at the back half of the program. Do we have first four through the door?
We sure do. It was Nick Morton, Daniel Agnew.
Try it.
No, the boogeyman steals Tooth Fairy money.
Love it. Big energy.
and Aaron Arbuckle. Welcome in, fellas. Or lady fella. I don't know which one that one is, but.
Yeah. Cool, guys. I love it. I love it.
I mean, that made my day. Like, that's funny. I like when people do that. It's goofy.
I love it. No cap.
No
All
cap.
right. Mallory, I know you're relatively new around these TFT parts.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you don't get to celebrate, observe this holiday as often as you would like, but today is a big day for you, and it's a big day for us because today we get to celebrate Math Tuesday.
Math Tuesday. Math Tuesday.
Math Tuesday here on Texas Football Today, where we dive into the numbers a little bit. And yesterday, of course, there was some big news. Perhaps you heard that we unveiled the cover of the 2023 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, featuring Sonny Dykes, the head coach of the TCU Horned Frogs, as well as on the gatefold cover, Reginald Samples of the Duncanville Panthers. And extremely excited about that. We talked at length about it yesterday, about the process and how we came about the decision and what these stories are about and how we captured these images and things like that. But now, in the spirit of Math Tuesday, I want to go far too deep and go much deeper than anybody has any actual interest in.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk a little bit about what this means in the grand history of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. You see, this is our 64th annual summer edition. We've been around for a hot minute, and we've put out a lot of different covers. Some of them are great. Others of them have kickers. So we've got, but one of the things that we always try to do is we try to reflect the most compelling story in the state of Texas. That's kind of, for me as managing editor, that has always been the MO from my perspective, is what is the most compelling story in Texas football this year? And I think coming in 2023, it's TCU and what they were able to do last year, and their remarkable head coach in Sonny Dykes and what he's been able to build in such short order there in Fort Worth. And so when you take a look over the history of our magazine, ideally, in a perfect world, you can look over the course of the magazine and you can chart what the biggest stories were every year, right? You can be like, oh, this was when A&M was really good, or this is when everyone was talking about Texas Tech, or Baylor really had a run here, things like that. That is, to me, the goal in putting together these covers. I want it to be kind of a seamless narrative of that you can track what football, and especially college football, since that tends to be the cover of the magazine in 63 of the 64 covers, what they can be. Only Cedric Benson.
Right.
I mean, we have had other high schoolers, right? Jonathan Gray was on it. We had the cover with Earl Campbell and the
Emmett Jones was on it too in the Dallas
Emmett
Cowboys.
Smith, yeah.
Or Emmett Smith, yeah.
Emmett Smith was on it. We had a Troy Aikman cover and stuff like that. But generally speaking, we do college football, and generally speaking, we do FBS college football. And of course, this is always a big point of that the haters will bring up is Dave Campbell's in the tank for X school, right? For X school. And so I want to be honest and transparent, and I want to take a look at who has been on the cover of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, the main cover, the most. Now, a quick aside. I'm talking the main image, okay?
Yeah.
We've had times where it's like I'll pick it at random. We've had Baylor on the main cover, but then it's like Houston in the corner, right? I'm not counting the Houston in the corner. I'm saying, who do you consider to be the cover?
Who's the main story?
Correct. And so also, for example, if you go back to 2005, we had Vince Young and Reggie McNeil on it, right? A&M and Texas. That would count for both A&M and Texas, right? And last year would count for both Texas Tech and UTSA,
yes,
in my opinion. Okay? So let's take a look at the raw numbers. As far as the FBS programs that have been on the cover of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, Texas is in the lead. They've had 24 appearances on the main cover. This also doesn't include the Southwest Conference cover back in 1994, which is kind of weird and a mishmash of like all the schools.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them on there.
I don't know. Your mileage may vary. So Texas has been on the most 24 times. A&M is second at 21. More or less even with Texas. Texas Tech is third at 12. Then you get to TCU, who now passes Baylor for the fourth most with 9 appearances on the cover. Then Baylor at 8, Houston at 5, SMU at 5. one each for North Texas, Rice, and UTSA, and then Texas State, Texas State, Sam Houston, newly FBS, and UTEP are the ones who are the most, who are the newest, or who have never been on the cover, right? Now, a small caveat here, right? Technically, if you were to count those little reefers, I believe every team in the state has been on the cover. I know Texas State, when you go back to that 2012 cover with Gary Patterson, which is the last time we had a TCU coach on the cover, last time we had TCU on the cover to begin with, 2012, it had little inserts of UTSA with Larry Coker. It had inserts of Dennis Francione at Texas State. So they have been on the cover, right? I know that UTEP has been in the corner a couple of times in the reefer.
But again, that's not the main.
But again, that's not what we're talking about. We're
Right.
talking about the main image. So this is the teams that have appeared on the cover of Dave Campbell's Texas Football the most. I also don't think this is necessarily a surprise because I think this ultimately probably tracks over the course of our life over the course of our lifespan which teams have been the best in college football.
Right.
Plain and simple.
Right.
I mean, certainly UTSA is on the rise right now, right? But overall, I mean, SMU and Houston each had those runs in the 80s, but then they also had real droughts.
Right.
I would say that when you take a look at this, I think this more or less tracks how well these teams have performed over the course of our lifetimes dating back to 1960.
Well, and I think, too, like, just since you've been the managing editor here, when was your first year?
2014 was my first summer magazine.
I think you've done a really good job of picking out who should be on the cover based on what the storyline is and who it should have.
I appreciate
been.
that. Yeah. It's something that I know I take very seriously, and I know it's something that we all take very seriously. This is not something to play around with.
No.
We don't have fun with this cover. This is like, no, we have one shot at it, and we got to make sure it stands the test of time, which is why we were so excited about the Sonny Dykes cover. And so now I want to kind of shift this conversation a little bit, because another thing you hear about is the cover curse. And as you especially heard this with Sports Illustrated. Now, you're too young to remember Sports Illustrated when Sports Illustrated was really cooking. But it used to be, oh, man, if you were on the cover of SI, you were doomed, right? You were doomed.
Right.
And so is there a cover curse? And again, we're only talking about the main cover, not talking about the gatefold cover.
Because South Oak Cliff did win a state championship last
Again.
year. And also, you remember when we said North Shore and Duncanville are going to meet in the title game again in 2019, and they did?
Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Again, I'm not here to tell you. We're only talking about the main cover, okay? Only talking about the main cover. You go back to Texas Tech last year, the two last year, Texas Tech 2022. Preseason unranked, finished 8-5, won the Texas Bowl. I would consider last year a pretty rousing success for Texas Tech.
Definitely.
I don't think there's
Agreed.
a curse there.
No.
2022, also last year, UTSA was on the cover, right, with Jeff Traylor. Preseason unranked, won 11-3, won the conference.
Yep.
Anyone want to claim there's a cover curse there?
No.
I don't think so. 2021 Texas A&M. Preseason number 6, finished 8-4, and then they didn't play a bowl game. It was canceled. If you want to call that a curse, I'd be willing to hear it. That was a team we thought had a chance to play in the national championship.
Yeah.
That was a team we had really high expectations for. I think nationally there were really high expectations. And then to go 8-4, I think was a pretty sizable disappointment for A&M.
Yes.
If you want to call that at least a minor curse, I'd be willing to hear that. Okay. 2020, SMU with Shane Buechele on the cover. Started the year unranked. They went 7-3. Their bowl was canceled. I think that is more or less. I put that in the category of a wash.
Yeah.
I don't think they exceeded expectations. I don't think they fell short of expectations. I think 2020 you kind of ball up and throw in the garbage.
And I was going to say with COVID anyways, you can't really measure that season till it's to its full extent because of COVID.
I would say for SMU, I would give that a push, or at least like not graded, like incomplete. You know what I mean?
Incomplete.
Just
like
because
that.
of the way it worked. 2019, Texas. They started the year number 10. They finished 8-5. They won the Alamo Bowl. I think again, much in the same way as 2021 with A&M, this is a team with very high expectations. Started the year 20 in the top 10, and kind of fell short of those expectations with Sam Ehlinger on the cover. If you want to call that a curse, I would hear that. 2018, we put A&M on the cover with Jimbo Fisher. Started the year unranked, went 9-4, won the Gator Bowl. I don't think there's a curse there. I think that's a pretty good year. If you start the year if you start the year unranked and you win 9 games, pretty darn good in my opinion. 2017, Texas. This was when we had Tom Herman on the cover. Started the year 23rd, finished 7-6, won the Texas Bowl. I would say that is a curse.
That's curse. That's a flat-out curse.
2017, if you want to call that a cover curse, I'd be willing to hear that. And then in 2016, that's when we had Cliff Kingsbury and Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. This is a complicated one because they started the year unranked. They went 5-7, but they did lead the nation in offense, which is kind of what the whole cover was about. I don't know. I go back and forth on this one. Certainly, it didn't show up in the win column, right?
No.
They went 5-7, but they were number one in the nation in scoring or in total offense. They were number one. Like they had the leading passer in the nation in Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's tough.
I don't know. Like you could certainly convince me that there was a cover curse, but like I also think when we put him, and this is me, and maybe I'm making excuses. When we put them on the cover, our thought was, oh, here's this high-flying, this is the best offense in America. Mm-hmm. That was the point. Our point was not Texas going to go win the national championship.
That's a good point. So, therefore, not a curse.
Like, in 2021, we said A&M was going to play for a national championship.
And that's cursed.
We were 100% wrong.
Right.
That's cursed. 2016, all we said was that their offense was incredible, and we were kind of right.
You were right. You didn't say much about the defense.
I don't know.
Well, look at him now, too. I mean,
I'm going to give that a push.
Turned out to be
exactly.
good.
I'm going to give that a push.
Yeah.
For me. I'm going to say 2016 Texas Tech is a little bit of a push there. So what does 2023 hold for TCU? I guess we'll find out. If they go 2-10, certainly that should be categorized as a cover curse. But I think if they finish up near the top of the Big 12, then I think that they will avoid that cover curse. So.
Well, and it's tough too because they did exceed expectations beyond anybody's wildest belief last year. So, man, what is how do you measure? Where do you go from there? How do you measure a successful season? And that's I guess more of a question for Craven, But I mean, it's tough. They exceeded expectations a lot last year.
Anyway, we're proud to welcome Sonny Dykes to the Cover Boy fraternity at Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and that is Math Tuesday. We're at Texas Football Today. We're here every weekday at noon on TexasFootball.com, talking football in the Lone Star State. You can follow us on Twitter at DCTF, like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbell, and of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Hey, Mallory, can I tell people about our subscription package?
You absolutely can.
Go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe. So you are now you're wondering, hey, how can I get that awesome 2023 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football? Great question. Love your energy. Go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe. That's how you can get it. Get it mailed to you before it hits newsstands. Subscribers should be getting it like late July or late June, I should say. Whereas if you're waiting to pick it up on newsstands, you're going to have to wait until like July 4th. So you will get it early, plus you get the 2023 recruiting edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and you get the 2023 Dave Campbell's Texas Basketball. Also, you get a year's worth of exclusive online content at TexasFootball.com, including insights from our outstanding staff here in the recruiting world, the college football world, the high school football world, premium podcasts, et cetera, et cetera. Complete access to our archives, I should say. If you want to dig back through all of our magazines, we have every one of them digitized that you can go and flip through. So if you've ever wanted to see what's in the 1961 edition, you can go see it. I'll give you a hint. Cigarette ads. And then you also get a year of exclusive access to Dave Campbell's Texan Live, our streaming platform, where you can watch more than 1,300 live Texas high school events, including hundreds and hundreds of Texas high school football games and hundreds of Texas high school football playoff games live on your device. Plus, big things coming for Texan Live. Mm-hmm. There's a tease. Everything I just mentioned for less than $50. $49.95 for the entire year, and it makes a great gift as well. Father's Day is looming. Father's Day is a week from Sunday. A week from Sunday is Father's Day. Take care of it right now. Makes a great gift. Go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe. Give your father or father figure the gift of football at TexasFootball.com/subscribe. And now, Mallory, can I share a message from our friends at VCR Now?
Mm-hmm.
Born and bred in Texas hits a little different, as it should. Texas loves doing business with fellow Texans. VCR Now takes its Texas roots as seriously as its many partnerships with schools and universities around the state. It's also why we're so proud to promote our brand in the pages of the Texas Bible, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and on the airwaves of Texas Football Today. Driven by producing quality broadcast video, state-of-the-art audio, and LED video scoreboards at affordable prices, VCR Now makes sure to listen to your needs in its athletic department before recommending the next best steps. Building great products is our business, and it's our focus on building meaningful, long-term partnerships with our clients that sets us apart. From our 24/7, 365-day help desk, the training lab in our hometown of Red Oak, or our sports marketing business plan that puts money back in the hands of our athletic departments we support, VCR Now is built to last. Reach out to us today at info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW. Again, that's info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW.
Mallory, what if we were to check out some of the highlights from one of the recent 7-on-7 tournaments? Specifically, our own Matt Stepp caught up with the head coach of the defending 6A Division II state champion DeSoto Eagles, Coach Claude Mathis, who recently, I think yesterday, was named on the ballot of the College Football Hall of Fame. He would get my vote, but I don't think they give me a vote. Anyway, here's Matt Stepp's conversation with Claude Mathis here on Texas Football Today.
Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, back here at the Arlington 7-on-7 State Qualifier Tournament, here with the head coach of the defending state champion DeSoto Eagles, Coach Claude Mathis. Coach, it's nice to say defending state champs, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. New year, but it still don't get old.
No, it never does, and it's a special thing. And last year, with the state championship, that you're first as a coach, you won one as a player, obviously. You got to coach your sons on that state championship team as well. How special was that to have your sons be a part of that journey with you as a coach?
Well, it was real special. I had all three of them on the team and everything, and my twins were seniors, so they promised me they would win one for me, and they did. But as a coach, it doesn't get old. I've talked to a lot of coaches about that, having their sons play for them and everything, and they're right, it does not get old. But it's a moment in a season that you got to enjoy, and I enjoyed their senior year. It was wonderful. And
now I got to ask you, on camera, do you think any of your sons are going to get in the family business and follow Pop's footsteps and become a coach maybe one day?
Maybe. We'll see. Maybe, but they got some good heads on them right now, so hopefully one of them will.
There you go. All right, now you mentioned state champs. You also are defending state champs in 7-on-7, and I know that's important. You guys are competitive in everything you do, and I know you're a competitive guy, and you want to win, whether it's 7-on-7, real football, chess, dominoes, it doesn't matter. If they're wearing DeSoto Eagle green, you want your guys to win. So for you and your program, how important is it to play and compete in 7-on-7 state qualifier tournaments?
Well, for us, it's about competing. For us, it's about working on our craft and our fundamentals and getting on the same page in the back end as well as, with our receivers and quarterbacks. So, we're just trying to get better right now. So I think 7-on-7 does a great job of doing that, and it creates a great atmosphere for our kids to compete, and they want to win as many games as they can. So we're back again, and we're going to see what happens.
And you can simulate a lot of things that maybe, because you can only simulate so much in spring ball, because it's DeSoto versus DeSoto. But when I feel like just with everybody, the intensity gets cranked up just a little bit when the guy across from you is wearing a different color jersey, right?
Yeah, they do. And we have a target on their back as well. So everybody wants to beat us, and our kids understand that. So it doesn't matter if we have our starters or don't have our starters. It's next man up, and it doesn't make a difference. We got to compete, and everybody wants to beat us. So our kids understand that. But we're here today to get better, and, we'll see what happens today.
All right, now looking ahead to 2023, and you mentioned you guys obviously you always have a target in your back because of the tradition that's at DeSoto, but that target's probably a little bit bigger now that you're defending state champions. When you look at your ball club in 2023, what are you guys going to hang your hats on? What are the DeSoto Eagles going to do well? And what are some areas maybe, I don't want to say you're not going to do so well, but maybe you're looking for some young guys to step up and snatch those starting roles?
Well, our culture. Our culture is not going to change, and our kids understand that. And they understand that our mentality about things, being mentally tough, hold each other accountable, continue to work hard, and compete. And that's some of the things that we're going to always do here. And so going into this season right here, we're going to have some young guys that's going to have to step up this year. And they got to understand that, experience is everything. And we're going to have some guys that has been there, especially at the state championship game this past year. We're going to have to step up this year and lead this ball club. So leadership is going to be huge for us. Guys stepping up to the plate, young guys are going to be huge for us, but also staying healthy. So if we can do that, we may have a shot to get in this year.
And mentioning staying healthy, you guys wrapped up spring ball not too long ago. Did you guys come out of it healthy? I know there's always bumps and bruises. You can never get out of spring without some bumps and bruises. But overall, were you happy with how you guys came out health-wise?
No, I really was. Our trainers did a great job this year, man. And, you know, our kids did a great job in taking care of their bodies throughout the year, especially during spring ball, I should say.
But you played 16 games last year, so it's a long season.
It is. It really was a long season for us, but we'll take all 16 games again. But, you know, we've been to the semifinals a couple of times, so I kind of knew how to handle that this past year and this year, I should say. And, you know, we're doing a great job of it right now, but our kids are doing an excellent job of it. And, you know, for us, one thing that we got to continue to do is take care of our bodies, man, and especially out here. I mean, it's great to be out here, but at the same time, you got to come out this thing healthy.
Yeah, but the conditioning is good too, right? Because it's hot now, but it's going to be real hot in August, isn't it?
Well, I'm big on conditioning. That's me. I'm over conditioning. Nobody else is over conditioning, and I'm going to always be on top of that one right there. So our kids are going to always be mentally tough and be in shape and compete with anybody on that part right there. So looking forward. They're not looking forward to it again, but I know I am looking forward again to it. So we're having ready to go.
All right, final question for you, Coach. You know, one thing I've noticed over the years watching you and watching your programs is how hard of a worker you are, and you're a guy who I think really grinds, and you're out at every 7-on-7. You're out at all the events. You're really grinding. And I feel, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would assume that work ethic comes from your days being a small town kid in Bartlett, Texas. Do you feel, where did that work ethic come from? Was that from somebody in your family, or did you just kind of develop it as a country kid there in Bartlett?
No, my family. My family was big on working hard and wanted me to be successful. So my uncles pushed me. My nanny, which is everybody's, other people say grandma's nannies, but that's my nanny. She pushed me, woke me up early and had me working and doing a lot of things around the yard and around the house, and my papa hauling hay and everything. So I knew how to work. But the thing about it is, when you get older, you don't want nobody to outwork you. And there's a lot of great coaches out here, and there's a lot of great coaches around the state of Texas, around the nation. I don't want to be outworked. So in order for me not to be outworked, I got to continue to get up early in the morning and stay late, but I work everybody else. And got some great coaches. I mean, you have some great coaches, it helps a whole lot. But going back home, man, it's really helped, and Bartlett was a big part of that.
Actually, I have one more question for you. Saw this week you're going to speak at coaching school this year down in Houston. You know, obviously it's an honor that state champions get. You get to speak at the THSCA Coaches School and Convention. Obviously, you're a very active member in the Texas High School Coaches Association. How big of an honor is that to get to speak to your peers in Houston at coaching school?
That's really huge. I mean, that's one of those things that I've always wanted to do, and I've heard some great speakers to come through there, and I'll finally get my shot at doing it. So hopefully I can bring it and some guys can learn from it. If not, I just know it's an honor to always speak down there. So I'm going to enjoy it, and, you know, hopefully one more time, win the state again, do it again. But it's an honor, man, to speak down there. It is.
Coach, will enjoy watching your kids compete today. We'll see you in College Station, the state 7-on-7 tournament. Good luck in 2023, and as always, we appreciate what you do for student athletes in the state of Texas.
Appreciate you, man. You do a great job for Texas High School football, man. So thanks, Matt.
Appreciate you.
There is Claude Mathis, head coach of the defending 6A Division II state champion DeSoto Eagles. They're at the Arlington state qualifying tournament.
Kick 'em. They qualified. Shout out to the Arlington Colts. They qualified for the state 7-on-7.
I think
tournament.
Coppell did too.
Coppell did too. So maybe we'll get a
This
Coppell
is actually,
Arlington.
and I want to say I need to look over the qualifier list because I was out last week and I was like disconnected. But like I know Coppell qualified. I know Sunray qualified, which means I get to see Armando Luan, who is the state's the state's leading passer last year. I get to see him. I think Lake Belton qualified.
Lake Belton definitely qualified.
So, which means we get to see Micah Hudson there. Did Silsby? I think Silsby
qualified. So we'll see Draylen Miller. Yep.
Like it's turning into like a real showcase.
I'm pumped.
And I'm fired up.
I'm really excited. 7-on-7 is always fun.
Should be a good time. I'm excited to see Gunner. Gunner's going to be there too. They qualify,
yes.
And like they always, I appreciate their offense because they're obviously that like the wing tee, like the pistol option offense, but like they run their base offense out of it just without the running plays. And it's just interesting to see them. So I'm excited to see them. It's going to be fun times down there at the state 7-on-7 tournament coming up later this month here in a couple weeks, 2 weeks. We'll be heading on down there to Bryan College Station. So we appreciate Claude Mathis' time there at the state at the Arlington State Qualifying Tournament. Let's go over to Mallory Hartley for America's second favorite segment. Final thoughts.
I don't really have much. We're not gonna have a show on Friday.
But we do have a show tomorrow.
We do have a show tomorrow.
And a show Thursday.
But we do not have a show Friday because a bunch of us are gonna be out at the Grapevine SQT.
Yeah, we're gonna go watch some football ball.
Yeah, we're going to squat up there. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, should be good. I don't think I have anything else either.
Subscribe.
Yeah, go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe, I suppose. And stay tuned tomorrow for This Week in Recruiting. It's going to do it for us. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at texasfootball.com. Thanks again to Claude Mathis of the DeSoto Eagles for being our guest. For Mallory Hartley, I'm Greg Tepper. Vince Young, please meet your Player of the Year trophy. We'll see you tomorrow on Texas Football Today.